What's up, guys? Welcome back to the J2C channel. I didn't even see you guys there. I'm sorry about that. I know I haven't posted a video in a few weeks. It's been a very busy time for me. A lot of stuff going on. Very good stuff, though. But I wanted to do a video. There's a lot going on, a lot I haven't talked about, and I want to give everybody an update about what's going on here. So let's get right to it because I have a lot of information and I'm trying to keep these videos shorter than usual. Right? So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is going on with the US dollar. And because as we already know, the US dollar and stocks, we think it doesn't impact crypto, but it actually does. And it's a very complex thing. I'm going to go to this news article that I saw. So the Federal Reserve is going to start hiking the rates of interest rates by 25 basis points, potentially up to 50. Now, what does that mean? Don't get scared. It doesn't mean that you're going to go out and get a loan for 25%, right? Because they do this to add a little bit of fear and intimidation into the sound of 25 basis points rising. Oh my God, we're all going to not be able to borrow money. Not the case at all. When you really break it down, 25 basis points is about less than a percent rise. So what does that mean? This is done to combat inflation. When inflation is so high up and the Federal Reserve starts raising their basis points and their interest rates, it starts to combat inflation, brings up the value of the dollar. And as we already know, what does that do to Bitcoin? When the value of the dollar goes up, that's right, Bitcoin goes down. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Not really. Bitcoin has been kind of in this weird state. It's been in a bull run. It's very high. The fact that it hasn't crashed, shows one of two things: support, and the fact that it's just been on a really long bull run. Nobody can really predict these things because they change every time. Sure, we can look at patterns in the past. Does it really mean anything? Not really. So when you look at this chart that I have here, on the left here we have Bitcoin. On the right side, we actually have the US dollar. So again, you can see the comparison of Bitcoin going down versus the dollar going up. And it's been absolutely booming. But what are we talking about here that's going to happen? So when Bitcoin starts to go down and the value of it goes down, obviously, one or two things are going to happen. The whole market's going to crash, or two, it's the end of the Bitcoin bull run and it's time for the beginning of the altcoin run, right? And so a lot of people have this fear with altcoins right now because, again, as I mentioned in the past, people tend to say, I'm not investing in something because I'm not sure if my money is going to be there. Well, your dollars in the bank account aren't exactly secure either, right? You never know what's going to happen with the Federal Reserve or anything, and the bank shuts down. I mean, it's happened in the past historically. I don't think we're going to get to that point, but certainly, cryptocurrencies are starting to become very popular. Now, you got to understand that there's a lot going on with big whales. And the part of the big whales, they understand. They're very smart money, right? They don't invest in things until there's regulation clarity. Why? Because the Federal Reserve, their governments, they love going after people with money. Any little thing that they can get you for, they will. So you have a lot of people with a lot of money that refuse to invest in something until it's safe to do so, right? Because they don't want to invest in cryptocurrencies that end up in a lawsuit, right? Where the governments are going to be like, they're going to be like, time to get some money, time to rob these people like they always do, right? So you can expect as regulation clarity starts to come out that there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers, but most importantly, it's going to attract a lot of investors, right? And so one of those things is going to be the next cryptocurrency that we're talking about is XRP. Smart money is starting to make moves. They're starting to prepare. As soon as that SEC lawsuit is up and XRP Ripple is available again, and they've defeated the SEC in their lawsuit, there is going to be a boom. Now, is this going to be the biggest boom? It's going to create so much wealth for a lot of people? No, I don't know how high it's going to go up. I don't think anybody in the internet, anybody in the world can tell you how, not even the executives at XRP can tell you how high it's going to boom, right? But certainly it's going to be enough to where people are going to take some gains. People are going to make some profit. and it's probably going to drag along XLM with it. But just know that there's whales preparing, they're making moves, they're starting to accumulate, so that XRP, when it's done with the lawsuit, which could happen very soon and probably very abruptly, the price of XRP is going to go through the roof. But they're also, on top of dealing with the lawsuit and all the negative media, they've continued to make connections with other banks. I believe I saw somewhere about a Canada connection to one of their banks in the CBDC. But you know, they're bank-to-bank transactions. Absolutely, they're a big competitor even for the SWIFT system to be replaced by XRP, because that's what they do, right? They're not targeting a lot of other things. They're targeting bank-to-bank transactions. And so that is very critical, right? So I'm going to move on to XLM. Obviously, those XRP and XLM, you guys love those cryptocurrencies, and they're kind of hand in hand. They don't do the same things, but they've always been kind of paired together. The biggest announcement that I saw on their website was they're going to do match funding up to $500K investing for a total of $30 million that they're investing, right? So if you're a company and you have some really good potential, and you know the potential may not always be obvious, but you have to submit an application, and it has to kind of align with what XLM is trying to do. If they see potential in your company, they will work with you and invest up to $500,000 in you. They don't want to just sit idly by. They're pushing companies to develop and work with XLM. Why? Because if you invest in them now, the likelihood of a company using a product that invested in you is very likely, right? When they have XRP, XLM, HBAR, when you have Ethereum, you have all these different things that you can build an application on. Who are you going to go with? I'm going to go with the one that believed in me and that put me in the position that I am in today. And there may be some other contracts in the background that obligate them to use them, but certainly that is a big power move, right? And along with that is going to come a lot of money. Certain things are starting to happen. Remittance in Africa. They're talking about payroll in South America. There's a whole lot coming in. And once that money starts flowing in, you know, I can certainly expect that's when XLM is going to start to really show. It's going to move so quickly up the line of the top 20 cryptos that it's going to make people's heads spin, and that's going to create FOMO. You're going to have people fear of missing out, and they're going to start jumping in when it's too late. When I've been saying all along, start accumulating on these cryptocurrencies that you trust. And remember, this is not financial advice. I will not tell you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm giving you details so that you guys can make your own informed decision. All right, so XLM, a lot of volume coming in. And one of the other things that I want to show you guys is, this is very interesting to me, honestly. Give me a second here. I was poorly prepared. I have 3 charts, all of the same thing, for whatever reason. So XLM against the US dollar. And it's up against the dollar, but there's something going on here that I want you guys to see. And when you look at this, usually you take the top lines, and this is going to look like a very strange triangle because I didn't have enough time to really draw this out. I'm just kind of putting this video real quick. I should have prepared, you know, shame on me. Sorry. You guys can feel free to roast me in the comments. But when we start to look at these things, it's looking a lot like I messed this up. Why am I so bad at this? It's looking a lot like a massive triangle. I strongly believe that this is a sign that it's ready to break out very soon, right? I think that this is showing a lot of momentum. Not 100% guaranteed. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know if this is going to pop off, but it certainly looks like it, right? And a lot of the details that we face these things on are based on historical, right? In the past, when we've seen a triangle like this starting to form, it's usually a breakout comes immediately after. And so that's something to keep an eye on. But all right, I'm going to move on to some more general stuff here that I have in my notes. Actually, before I do, let me move on to Ethereum. Now, you guys know my stance on Ethereum. I do not like them. I don't like the company. I don't like the shady stuff that they do. I don't like that when it reaches all-time high, they're the ones that sell off massively, make all their money, and then crash Ethereum. I don't like that they promised Ethereum 2.0 and cheaper gas fees. And here we are almost, going into 2022, long after they've promised to do something, and they still haven't done it and are kind of talking like maybe they can't. But there is pressure on Ethereum, right? When you have HBAR catching up, you're going to have XLM catching up. You're going to have all these other cryptocurrencies doing what Ethereum does. They're catching up, and they're coming up fast. They're going to be, I don't think Ethereum in the very long run is going to last. I think Ethereum long term is going to lose to one of two things: competitors or regulation clarity, right? We've already understood that regulators do not like crypto mining, because of the energy consumption and what they do in the background, and them possibly not being able to audit these people. So you can certainly expect some big losers, and Ethereum is not looking so hot right now, right? Certainly the price can go up and continue to boom. Is it ever going to reach Bitcoin level? Absolutely not, for many reasons. Bitcoin has a fixed like 21 million or something like that Bitcoin. But Ethereum has much larger numbers, and there is no limit to how many they can make, right? If they start seeing that Ethereum is starting to get bought up, they can certainly go ahead and print more at their leisure. So that kind of stuff I don't like, especially with them selling off when they start to see a profit, because that to me says, why am I going to invest in Ethereum hoping it's going to reach $10,000 when every time it reaches these new all-time highs, the owners of Ethereum are the ones that sell off and crash the coin, right? So I got to bring my notes out here. I'm getting old, guys. You can already start to see it in my white hairs and my beard. A lot of the things holding back some cryptocurrencies are fear of the rate hikes. We've already talked about that. People think that it's going to hurt altcoins, but bank coins like XLM and XRP usually will benefit off this, because altcoins are oftentimes seen as stocks, right? But there's been a lot of talk, because once the interest rates go back up, it increases the value of the dollar because it fights inflation, right? And the US dollar has been getting absolutely destroyed. So I think with inflation hikes, things might start to ease up a little bit. There's a lot of news going around, creating a lot of fear, right? We have the war in Russia. We have the government spending to oblivion. They also have the Saudi Arabia may no longer be using the US dollar. They may be using the Chinese, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I don't know the name of it, yuan. So they may be the new normal currency used for petro, which it's been a long time since the US dollar has been the currency of choice. And the last thing I want to mention is there's going to be a lot of losers in regulation clarity. There will be a lot of losers, companies that just cannot meet demands of the governments, and once they get shut down, I believe they're going to free fall. But there's also going to be winners. So do your research, pick and choose the winners. So XRP, XLM, in my opinion, are big winners, right? They already defeated the SEC. XLM has been doing everything by the books and making partnerships with the government. They have sat inside with the senators discussing the benefits. So they're in there. They're creating regulation guidelines for policymakers. Do your own research. You get my point. Right? But I really hope you guys enjoyed my content. If you find my content to be useful, just in here talking regulations, cryptos, everything, having some fun, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have some other cryptocurrencies that you guys want me to talk about, please put it in the description below, or in the comment section, and I will do my research and post it in other videos. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one.